We live. Now, because you may be new seeing this, I want to say welcome. I appreciate all of my contributors, all of my viewers, all of my membership, and a special shout out to all of you that come in and don't like the video or hype it. I want to say I really appreciate you. Now, first off, I'm going to give all the glory to the men upstairs for a breeze. That's right, for a breeze. Because a breeze, if you can feel it, means you're amongst the living. Now, if you're currently listening to me in your car, that means that God got a plan for you. Have you ever just wondered what makes someone do the things and say the things that they say? And it be right on time. It be right on time. You be hanging on every word, and you say to yourself, this makes sense. 1 + 1 = 4. Now, some of you're saying 1 + 1 = 2 either. But when you got someone hanging on your coattail and you don't know they there, and you happen to be in a situationship, a relationship, then it's 1 + 1 = 4, because they also got someone swinging from them balls. Now, since we're on the subject of balls, how's yours? Have you ever just checked in with your balls? Are they tight? Do they dangling? Are they wrinkly? Or, man upstairs forbids, you only have one. If you only have one, you're special. People have told you that you're special. I don't have any balls, but I like to play with them. So, now that I've gotten that out the way, I want to say, if your balls is tight, then you all right. Shed alive. I was just sitting here thinking about life and wondering, who is going to show up on my timeline? I'm just sitting in my car baking. Now, since we're on the subject of baking, some of you may have something in the oven, something you're cooking for dinner, and it's delicious. I'm nowhere near oven, but hopefully you're not hot as me, because that would mean you need to turn the air conditioning on to 74. Now, since everything is dual, like 1 + 1 = 4, there's all types of baking. I've just addressed one type, and that is baking in the oven. It's baking soda. It is baking in your car. And then it is pancake baking. Any of y'all know about that pancake baking, which y'all call banana powder? You ever just seen someone with an extreme amount of banana powder on their face? It's not the right color. It's not blended well. I did say blended. It's hot. And you're wondering, what are they trying to cover up? Could it be a mustache? 5 o'clock shadow? Some scarring? If that is the case, witch hazel may help you out. You can CA me at PEKA69. Again, that's PEKA69. I have a multitude of jewels for you. You know, influencers made baking powder popular. And since we're on the subject of influencers, y'all ever just see someone's pancake makeup on video and then you see them in person? If we could just all walk around with a filter on our face, it would make life easier. We could filter our hair, our nails, our bodies, and then everybody would be perfect. I like that. A perfect world with perfect people. And everybody has a filter. So since we're on the subject of filters, have you seen any content that was no filter? I mean, visually and verbally. No filter. Those are new, unique beings. They're saying those are not new. Oh, what is that? Oh, that sounds like a transmission. Is someone's transmission slipping? That's gotta suck. You ever just heard someone going from Miami to Texas and thought they believe we are in Cali? You ever just had someone follow you because they're nomadic? You know, that means that you just roam aimlessly. You have no foundation that is stable. So you tell everyone that you are touring or that you are exploring your options. And you're really just trying to get put on. You ever had someone say they're gonna be somewhere and they don't show up? And you just drive from Orange County to New York and that person's not there. And then they act like they were there. You ever just ran across anybody like that? Or they show you pins of where they're going to be, but they was there 3 weeks ago. You ever just think to yourself that somebody's playing with you? Better yet, y'all ever just hop on the ground and see someone laying in their bed and you think to yourself, wow, that's a nice bed. I would like to lay in there, especially with him. and then you realize he eats pork and you don't care, but the whole world believes that you are Muslim. You ever, have you ever, oh, that's interesting. Okay. Um, I know that song. Some of you, you're going to hear it and you're going to say, I know that song. That must be somebody that you know from Mr. Kelly Rose. Have you ever? That's. I don't feel like that's promising. That's not a promising noise that you have there. What is this? If you're in a silver car, it's you. You ever just see a crow and someone says it's a hawk? And you're trying to figure out how they know the difference. If you see a hype feature, can you please press it? Was there any questions for me? It gets so quiet when I come on live. Have y'all noticed that? Have y'all seen any good content on your timeline? You just finished watching the CRIME channel. You see anybody you know there? I remember one time I was scrolling my timeline and I seen Big Homie boxing. And I said, wow, I know he's gonna be ticked off when he see this. Have you ever? I said, boy, you done did this before. When they had him walk that straight line. I said, this is comedy right here. Have you ever? They caught you slipping way out there and you live way over there. Just wrong, just all wrong. Just, did somebody slip you something? Because have you ever seen someone dust their nose off and there's nothing there? And you start wondering, is they on that sugar booger? And that's why they act like this? Have you ever just been token and say something smells funny? And you think to yourself, this smells familiar. It smells familiar, but I'm not sure of the ingredients. Yeah. You ever see somebody's eyes and they bulging? He said, what's wrong with you? You ever just catch somebody, right? And they call themselves airing you out, but they done told their whole life just by turning on the camera. Just, they expose everything about their whole life right then and there. Enough said, you ain't even gotta say nothing. I think it's hilarious, some of the stuff that I see. Is somebody in here right now wondering if Mr. Gibson's Optimus Prime eyes lit up? You should ask him. That would be interesting. Let's normalize asking the person and not the pendulum. You know what I'm talking about? They may block you and it'll be for life, but at least you tried. Yep. So we have ask the person, not the pendulum challenge happening as we speak. If I were to tell you that the man upstairs is going to bless you if you decide to ask the person and not the pendulum, how many of y'all will put the pendulum down? I'm just sitting here baking and wondering. That's all. You know, it was a point where I felt like when a certain person would come on live, I could just jump in his lap. You ever just try to project yourself into someone's environment and you couldn't because you're not their spiritual spouse? You ever? You ever just been watching someone that you're interested in and then you realize their mannerisms change because I'm there? When I go into other content creators' lives, I hear a whole bunch of, that's the ether. She always come in and put the eyes. And the content creator act like they don't see me. Y'all ever, have you ever? It's like, I'm right here. Why y'all acting like y'all don't see me? Now, if I was in one of them motion pictures, y'all would be saying, that's ether. How you doing? What it is y'all don't respect my occupation. That's what I think. I think y'all don't respect me because of my occupation. So if it's any film producers out there that would like to put me on, please do so. My email is oracleoftheether@gmail.com. Or better yet, Sun, Moon, and Stars Intuitive is right there. Now, if you decide to hit me on Sun, Moon, and Stars Intuitive, that means there's business involved where I'm ahead. You know what I'm talking about? That's right. I'm just waiting for some more emails. There's one I got this morning was interesting. You ever had someone just email you every month at the beginning of the month? Like you don't see the other messages that came before and just play in your face? I remember one time somebody sent me somebody else's picture. That's why I don't like pictures. The reason why I said no pictures in the beginning is because they had Husker nuts on them. Your whole environment was hexed. And I kind of felt like you wanted me to be a part of your mess. You know what I'm talking about? Now, this person that sent me someone else's picture, they thought I was going to believe it was them. Now, that woman knew that you was sending her picture and she got a whole husband and a family and everything. She would say, I am not putting my pictures on the gram no more. Because that is the definition of a homewrecker to me. You know what I'm talking about? When they want to scapegoat you because you off living well, ain't even thinking about YT, and all of a sudden, someone feels like they want your husband because he's a good provider. You ever run across those type? I can tell when a man is happily married because it's always the same thing. They look and then they immediately look in another direction. They look, but then you're not gonna know they looking unless you got eyes in the back of your head or you're somebody like me, because you can feel it. They never want to make eye contact because things could go all bad very quickly. I remember I had a man tell me that he was married and that when I got older, I would understand why he wasn't pursuing me like that. Could you imagine that? Being in your 20s. And he was probably 40 something. He was a barber. Now don't ask me why he was at my place, but he was. And nothing happened. He was there. You know, men tend to do that with me. They want to be in my company and not cheat on their wives. You ever just had an experience like that? Where they're just like, you know what, I could, but I'm not. I want to, but I'm not. Maybe in another lifetime. Oh, we have someone talking. Oh, we have Tears in Wheat Tarot Show, the podcast. Interesting that you came in and put that in the chat. So for those that want to check her out, please do so. So what is your specialty? Is it tarot or podcasting? Make sure to share. You know what I'm talking about? Share my live. Share the reading you just watched. And we can network. Oh, I appreciate you. Nothing wrong with networking. If y'all go over there, let me know if it's something interesting there. Now, I want to talk again about these men that explore but they don't cheat. You ever just wish that you did cheat? If there's any men that are viewing this, Go to your Fugazi account, because if you go incognito, you won't be able to comment, I don't think. You gotta have one fufu, because if you don't have one foo, you don't know who trying to play you for a fool. You know what I'm talking about? Here you is just off working, construction, and they running around town, just doing whatever they do, because it's Sunday. You know what I'm talking about? Oh, oh, you channel messages. Oh, you channel messages from where? Oh, you don't have to rush to text it. It's not many commenting right now. So just because I'm not. Oh, the art of keeping company. Okay, well that's a good thing. How long you been doing tarot? I'm doing an energy reading, so I was just picking up on a construction worker that happened to come in really quickly. This is Mr. Biggs. How you doing, Mr. Biggs? What the hell you want? What you mean? What's going on? Y'all ever had one of them experiences? Have I shared with y'all that time that I was in the town, right? And I was just chilling. You know what I'm saying? This is right around the time when The Matrix came out. And I had this all black leather ensemble going on, the leather boots. It was like 3-inch Michael Kors. You know how hard it is to find 3-inch heels, boots? I had the whole leather thing, a leather trench coat with the suede caramel inside. Either was suited or booted. We on a date, and I go back to his house. And we in there every bit of 45 minutes. And next thing you know, the doorbell ringing. Now, mind you, he had just bought a brand new Eddie Bauer truck. We was just chilling. Now, at the time, I wasn't too computer savvy. But he was. He had a computer set up and everything. So his doorbell ringing. Ding, 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 ding. Phone going off. And he not answering, right? Banging on the door. The next thing you know, I see what I thought was a rhinoceros coming through the bathroom window. I said, whoa, now he ran to the bathroom. He like, what you doing? Why you coming through the bathroom window? You tripping? Yada, yada, yada. Now by this time, I done took off my boots. And they in the living room. He done pushed the big rhino out the window. How she got up there, I don't know. I have no idea. He leave out, and she banging on the door now. So I politely locked the bedroom door. I locked it. Because what else you gonna do? And the first thing that went through my mind is call 911. But I don't have my cell phone. Next thing you know, I know she in here. Here are shoes right here. This heifer, octopus, whale, mixed breed done grabbed my Steve and started slicing and dicing them. I said, you got to be, I heard it, I said, oh my God. I'm trying to call 911 on the computer and it ain't working. I'm trying to save my boots. He done did something to where now she listening. He done promised her something. I don't know what he said, but she left. She left. And I'm like, let's just wait 30 minutes before we go outside. Let's just wait 30 minutes. She kind of big. I was in my 20s, mid-20s. He was older. So we waiting, he's sweating, he mad, right? I know it's like 1,001 things going through his mind, right? And his car is one of them, right? So 30, 45 minutes pass. I'm like, just take me home. You know what I'm saying? Just take me home. I live in Frisco, he in the town. We go outside and she done took the blade and slashed from the front of the car from the front of the truck to the back. Like he had 3 lines. You just seen him melt. He melted right there. He melted. And I'm just like, just keep it together long enough to get me to Frisco. Now at the time, I stayed in the Jets. So I'm like, I just want to get to Frisco. He calmed down. And we go to pull out the driveway, and he knocked the whole side mirror off. And I'm just looking like, it's gonna be all right. Anything is better than being here right now. I'm gonna talk you through this so we can both be alive in the morning. Cause she was Superman. We get to the Jets, and he like, I do not want to go home. He parked that Eddie, that brand new Eddie Bauer, right there in the middle of the Jets. He did not get one ux. Because the Jets was safer than where he was at that moment. On his way, departing out of the door, I said, I know you done been through a lot. I'm thinking I ain't never going to his house, right? I know you done been through a lot. But you're gonna have to pay me for my boots. He was so distraught. He didn't care. He was like, all right. And he did. He paid me for my boots later. But we never talked again. Ever. That's the type of first dates Ether be having. I'm talking about. The reason why it's important is if somebody gonna run into a situation like that, and you might not be able to get out. Now I know he wasn't married, but she was acting like he was. So my advice is don't put too much cover up on. You know, I come from that era where they pull the shirt over your head. They do things like kick you in your knees and stuff. You know what I'm saying? That's the era I come from. We don't. Not the people that I rock with. We not into that jumping stuff. You know what I'm saying? We kind of like we gonna get down where we get mad at, right? And then if we gotta take it there, we take it there. But we ain't gotta jump nobody. To make a long story short, you go up around them parts, you gonna get jumped. I don't need no cards because you're messy. Now, because I have to separate myself from the ones that cheat with married men, knowing that they're married, I'm going to say every relationship, situationship, acquaintance, friendship that I had with a married man, which is almost all of them, I did not know they were married in the beginning. Now, you want me to say it again? The majority of them divulged that information after. Okay? Now, if you're saying, well, how? It is because of the hexkana that was on my universe mother. You ever just had someone want to be you so bad that they attempt to hex your whole lineage, but they don't use the right words? Isafika Shikati Shanagayin is here. She's always going to be here, along with my biological mother, which is nothing to play with. So, some of y'all need that past life, present karma reading so you can know what you're working with, especially since y'all are trying to recreate an era that is long gone. When you're talking about hedges, that's for the originals. None of y'all universe mothers are hedges. So when you go attempting to channel, summons, something that you believe is your universe mother, don't come to me for a clearing, because more than likely, I already know who's there and I know why they're there. We want to normalize getting the reading before the upheaval. Because I can't save you. I'm not your savior. So, you all that know that it is possible for you to have a relationship with someone that is in a relationship, you need not say that they are your twin flame as an excuse. Now, if you feel like you know my business, you don't, because I know who my spiritual spouse is. So technically, we were together before any other. What The man upstairs puts together no man, no woman, no male, no female, no entity, no spirit can take that. Not one. Now, if you want to know how it happens, a clue is when you are reincarnated and incarnated. When you have several beings that want your life, want your spouse, this is what happens. If you go to some of my past life, present karma readings, you all will understand that some of y'all are in those readings. I don't care if you just came, because I did a few publicly. I say don't recreate anything, because if you're truly talented, you would have your own energy to discern. That's what I'm working with. If I see any signs of any type of recreation, we enemies, because that means you one of them. There has been many people that said, check this out, check this out, check this out, check this out. Okay? My members are no joke. They're no joke. So, if I decide to do a past life, present karma pull, y'all have to understand that it is a combined energy of all of Shanagain's allies. So that means you are an ally. And that's how the spirit realm sees it. Now, if you come over here playing, don't be mad when you get toyed with. That is it.